I'm looking for execs running massive projects. Snowy Hydro. I want a piece of that. First movie I ever went to as a kid. I can remember it very, very vividly in Ipswich. A man from Snowy River. Always wanted to go there. Always wanted to see it. It's an iconic project for Australia and I want to be part of it. I'm going to make a massive difference on it. Alright, I'm going to put a hard filter on this video straight up and tell you who it's for. This is for execs who can make a decision, get a purchase order happening and get me on site. This is the who, not the how. Okay, we've been through how all week. If you're not in that position, this video is not for you. Go back to the videos earlier in the week. Want to address a little conversation that's probably going on in your head right now if you are that exec, that person that can make the decision. Probably watching it, it's early in the morning on Friday and you're thinking, not another LinkedIn legend telling me how I should run my project, what I should be doing better, how we should be going about it. So good at this, why is he on LinkedIn telling everyone about it? Why isn't he on my project doing it? Well, short answer to that, it's because you haven't hired me yet. That's a fair point. You might also be thinking, this won't work on a Snowy Hydro. Might work on a project where there's 50, 200, 500 people. We got 4,500 people. It's not going to work on this sort of scale. We're far too complex for this to actually work. A 90-day reset he's talking about. That's unrealistic. What that sounds like is consultant optimism. What I've got to say to all of that is 100% agree with you if you don't have the right who. The difference between 70% of change management fails. And it fails because of one word that we spoke to earlier in the week. I'm going to play this little clip. We'll come back, have a look at the right who that you actually need to achieve this.
Otherwise, once again, you'll get huge distortions. Only when you've got the answers to what is the problem and what is the solution, now the time has come to talk about how to cause the solution to be implemented. And throughout everything, you have to hammer into people something amazing. It must be simple. It must be simple. Why do I stress it so much? Somehow, we have come to believe that the more complicated the problem, the more complicated should be the solution. This is totally idiotic. The more complicated the problem, the simpler must be the solution, otherwise it will never ever work. This concept of how to insist on extremely simple solutions is something that people are not used to it. Once again, we have to prove it over and over and over and over and over again on each function of the organization. Otherwise, when we come to put the strategy and the tactic, we will get something so damn complicated that there is no chance of implementing it. Is it understood, yes or no?
More complex the problem, the more simple must be the solution. This fails on who. If you don't have the right who, you're going to have how up the wazoo. And I've been on projects before where it's been failing. And it's not because they didn't know how to fix it. They didn't have the right who in place that could turn it around and turn it around quickly. Who needs 3 key areas where they are exceptionally strong. This is off the book, A20 Sales and Marketing, Definitive Guide to Doing Less and Making More by Perry Marshall. You might think, what's that got to do with my construction project? Everything. 3 key tasks. Number 1 is plan and prioritize. I'm not talking about, Fred's really good. He's got some sticky notes up on his board. He's got a long to-do list. Know what I'm talking about. By planning and prioritising, they need to understand tact. What tact is, how that works, and how that drives flow across the project. They need to understand theory of constraint. That was Dr. Eli Goldratt. He was a physicist. He came up with theory of constraint. There's always one constraint in the system that's slowing everything else down. You can't move any quicker than that constraint. You need to find that constraint, what he calls exploit it, get the maximum out of it, and then subordinate everything else to the constraint. Project can't move faster than its slowest point, which we worked out yesterday is our communication channels. Need to understand lean. I'm not talking Lean Six Sigma and all the other stuff that goes with it. Not there's anything again wrong with that, but we need, as he says, lean made simple. Simple, easy way for people in the field to be able to use it. And we need to understand the last planner system by Jason Schroeder. They must have those skills, plan and prioritise, and they must understand those things for this to work in this time frame. Number 2, need to be able to do social media with extreme competence. A project that's geographically large, a lot of people on it. Best way to be able to get to all of them is through video. Need to be able to do video extremely well, just like I'm doing at the moment. Okay, they need to understand visual, how to use visuals, I've got here, and how to tell stories. This is a framework by a guy called Dan Rome. It's called the Ideal 6-Picture Storyline. And he explains to people a complex idea very simply and quickly. Want to get everyone on the project rowing in the same direction, heading in the same direction. This is not a nice to have, it's a must. Video, visual, and storytelling. They must be able to nail that, master that, be the master of it. Creating culture. I'm not talking about cupcakes on Mental Health Day, although that's all well and good. The person that does this needs to be relentless. As he said, you have to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Okay? They need to get to the Gemba, which is the place where the work's done. They need to be out there. That needs to be scheduled into their day every single day. Out at the work front, working with the people that are doing the work. And it must be able to simplify. They need to take everything that we spoke to this week, simplify it down to a process like this, where we do a brief in the morning, where we learn to see waste and how to create flow, using ORCA, so we stop and fix it, debrief, lessons learned, photos and videos, take them and then spread them laterally across the organisation. See one, do one, teach one. Must be simple. Will never, ever work. Here's the test to work out if you've got the who on your project already, or whether you might want to come to talk to me. So Adam, if you think you got the right who, what I want you to do is for 90 days in a row, every day, without fail, I need you to go live on LinkedIn or wherever you want. I don't care. Just do it on Teams if you want. I need you to go live across the team every day at a set time and run the ORCA process. 90 days in a row. If they don't put their hand up and they go, you son of a bitch, I'm in, that's not the who. They give you a Roy Kent, fuck no, they're definitely not the who. That's the test. That's what it takes. Relentless. Back of my shirt there says it all. Progress is not linear. They've got to turn up and do this work every single day, regardless of how the previous day went. To give it time to compound and to give us time to get through that initial period where everyone goes, what harebrained scheme is this? All right. I'm not going to waste any more of your time on it. If I'm the who, if you think I might be the who, reach out. I'll show you how I can help you out on your project. Righto, ORCA, day. This little hint, I'm on day 83, 82 of 90. They need to be able to do this. If they're going to, the person who's going to do this is going to turn your project around, turn around in a tight time frame, they need to be able to get live, plan and prioritise, do the social media and create culture on a daily basis without fail. Must happen. It's not nice to have, it's got to happen. Okay, it is Friday the 13th, Black Friday. 2026. We are on day 82 of 90 of the ORCA process. This is a new shift. If you want access to this GPT that I use to help you to run the ORCA process, this ORCA process is the most powerful part of all of this, and it is a must. It is what I focus on first. It is what I'll have your teams doing first, and whoever we work with, we'll be doing it on a daily basis. This is a home ORCA, ORCA. Pre-step, daily live check. Daily live is in progress right now. No, there was no point where I went, no, I'm not going to go live today. That's just an extra little check that we put in, a little extra risk management thing that we throw in there to make sure that I get to day 90. We're at day 82, as I said, down to single figures now. Verify full kit, target outreach action, 3 from 3 were complete. So we had our objective, which was to complete our 3 tasks. He's going to ask me, actually, today's one objective. Today's one objective was to roll out the offer. Come work with me. Show them why the who is the reason why this either succeeds or fails. It really does hinge on that. 70% change management fails because the person doing it tries to do it too complex and they can't keep it simple. They don't have this leverage of this piece here. This is the one that moves you from slowest and lowest probability to highest probability and the fastest. That's the driver. Doing social media with extreme competence. Yes, the objective was achieved. Behaviours. I created, actually went back and rethought this offer a couple of times with GPT. So this is where everyone fails. This is a little lesson on using AI right at the minute. Stop trying to use AI to do more waste, non-value-added activity faster. Use it to drive quality, your value-added activity. We rewrote this post 3 or 4 times, redid this angle, redid this open here a number of times to increase the quality. Because what I'm looking for and what I'm doing in this bit here, doing social media with extreme confidence, and this should be the metric that you measure as well. Don't worry about how many people fucking like it. I've got thumbs down, thanks for that. Don't know how many people like it. Don't worry about how many views you got. Don't worry about the engagement or the comments. Watch the watch time. How do we create the content that gets people to watch for longer? That's where the true value is. Constraints removed. We just got more clarity around who we're working with, and the wingman used the usual wingman that I use every single day, AI wingman. Thumbs up or thumbs down don't make any difference. Still gives you more reach. It's not a metric that I track anyway, as you just heard right then. Behaviours iterated over multiple times, improve quality deliberately. Decisions, prioritise watch time over likes, views, confidence over noise. That's what it is. Engagement's noise. It's not a signal. Signal is watch time. Signal is DMs. Come and help us do this. Constraints remove. Offer clarity. Who, definition, targeted. Wingman use AI, wingman refinement and positioning. Calendar branch. Tomorrow is Saturday, so it's a weekend. So what he'll do is he won't give me any outreach to do on the weekends. I don't want to get out, go annoy people on the weekends. They've got better things to be doing. I still create content. I still position what I'm doing, and I still speak to, hey, if you want to come and work with me, but there's no direct messages or emails or any of that sort of bullshit on a weekend. State the results you make inevitable, who not how, verify full kit. I don't deliver effort, I deliver results. Done, not done. Okay, run the daily live, we'll do that. Daily execution index. Daily execution today is 3 from 3, and yes, let's do the visual loop. Oh. Two to 5 minutes. One result that became inevitable today. How I make my offer and the confidence behind it. What I did there is actually, if you read the book, Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, or you go and have a look at one of Chris Voss's videos. That's called an accusation audit. It sounds like you're watching this video, you're probably thinking, not another LinkedIn legend tell me how to run my project. It won't work here on the Snow Hydro. We're too complex for this to work. 90-day reset is unrealistic. Sounds like consultant optimism. I dressed and try to hide behind them, pull them right out into the open. I went, yep, they're all valid. They are, unless you've got this. Extremely powerful. It's all part of this too. Being able to make this work, because getting past the objections, removing resistance, that's what the wingman and the catalyst, person who's a who, must be able to do. One result become inevitable today. One quality upgrade to name the improvement. Okay, so the quality upgrade, we're actually going to call, we've slipped another level in there at around this 5K level, and it's called the project, I need to look this up now, intervention. So that's exactly what needs to happen. I need to go, hang on a sec. Alcoholics Anonymous apparently have a saying, all progress begins with the truth. That's what you need to do here. You're not going to change things on your project unless you sit down, get the truth out first. One belief is strengthened. One belief is strengthened. The value of my offer. We pushed that straight from 3K to 5K. It was positioned too low. It was for the value that it delivers. One continuity marker, of course, is BR's calendar. We mark off every day. Every project should have one of those on it, with all the milestones up on the wall. Want to get everyone heading in the same direction? Everyone on the same page? Guess what you need? Page. That's it. Not all the detail on there, but the big milestones. Where we're heading. What do we need to do? What's next? What is the primary objective for this week, this month, and today? So the continuity marker is big as cow. Well, let's give him an image of that, just so he's got even more context around what we're doing here. Hey, ORCA Wingman, this is the visual reflection loop in the black text. Don't worry about any other coloured text on the whiteboard. That's irrelevant. But that's the visual reflection loop that I did today. mate. Offer, project influence, value, myself, big ass calendar goal. Back to the top. You're no longer, what this loop actually shows, you're no longer trying to convince yourself, trying to explain how, trying to prove effort. You're anchoring to the big ass goal. Designing offer around project influence. Repositioning from busy operator to a valued advisor. Then refining how you make the offer. That's not tactical refinement, that's identity level repositioning. And that's why your watch time focus is increasing. Go and find yourself another consultant, coach, or whatever other title they want to give themselves. My role is just a catalyst and a wingman. Go and find another one that'll tell you, show you behind the scenes what they're doing and how they're doing it around this, how they're positioning themselves. You're no longer saying, here's what I do. You're saying, here's the leverage point. I influence the project. That's a different category of positioning. Now the important part, the loop is clean. It's simple. It ties directly to Snowy. It reinforces, I don't deliver effort, I deliver results. That belief is stabilizing. This has all been this has all come out of the fact I've done this ORCA process, 83 days in a row. Direct reflection of it. This is why this process is so powerful, and it's the first thing that I would do on your project. We proceed. 3 tasks remain. Verify full kit, state results you want to make inevitable, run the daily live. Day 83. No drift. Right. That's it. Reach out. Hang on. I didn't throw the comment up. Better put it up now. Because this was a bit painful. Oh, Beanie. Some days, son. Oh, yeah. You don't have authority to change how work is coordinated on your project. This post isn't for you. You would have figured that bit out by now. If you do, you're tired of complexity bleeding the probability every week. DM me, reset 90. Catch up for a chat. See if we think we might be a good fit to work together. Have a look at that 5K intervention first, and then we'll see if we might need to head up to the 18K offer. Take it, use it, make it a great week. I'll be back in tomorrow. There's 12 causes of project failure, and number 10 is information management. Your site doesn't have just an information management problem, it has an information flow problem. There's info buried in inboxes. You got drawings and work packs that are out of date, and no one even knows the correct revision that they're supposed to be working on, so they will guess. That's not miscommunication, it's information chaos. If you want to fix it, map the flow. Name the owner who's the single point of accountability to make it happen. Build one source of truth and make it visual. Clarity kills chaos. It's as simple as that.